Right, I've just got my XW back from a repair. It's been there for 12 months, and before I show it to you, let's go back 12 months ago and explain why I had to go to a repairer. G'day everyone, welcome back to the shed. This is my XW Fairmont with a Cleveland in it, and I'm sad to say that there has been an incident. You see, I drove this to a mate's place on New Year's Eve, and at this particular party, there were lots of toddlers there, some of which were driving toy cars up and around objects, and one of them decided that one of the objects they were going to drive over was my car. So on all panels, and look, this is going to be very hard to see on camera, especially with the lime frost, there are some pretty deep scratches around here and over here and on that guard and along the side of the car as well, and across the boot over here. You can sort of see, I don't know, does that come up on film? It really doesn't. I mean, but look, take my word for it, there's fucking track marks all over this car, and on this side they go up and down like this. So at least they had a good time, but now I've got scratches all over my car. Now when I got home, I resisted the urge to cut and polish the car because I ordered all this stuff pre-Christmas and I was waiting for a moment to give this car a bit of a birthday and a bit of lift to its shine. I actually lodged a claim with my insurer. The excess was pretty low, so I thought, stuff it, what's the worst that could happen? Went to a repairer of my choice, and the guy said, yep, we're going to actually have to paint the top of the guards across the bonnet, and the back is deep enough that it needs to be wet sanded. So a cut and polish would have got rid of probably 60% of it, but I still would have had a few marks in the car. So it's going to get painted. Not all paint, it's not going to be a full paint, but yeah, at least the top of the guards anyway, and the bonnet is going to look nice and fresh. Now, whilst it's at the repairer, this is where the slippery slope starts with these classic cars. You kind of go, whilst it's there, I wonder what other jobs I can sneak in, or at least ask the guy to do for me. And I've gone shopping. Would you like to see what I've bought? Ta-da! Oh yes. You see, we're about to move overseas for 12 months, and I thought this would be a perfect time to get a lot of niggly, annoying things addressed on this car whilst it's at a repairer. And as much as I'd like to address a few of these things myself, I just don't have time. I really don't, and I thought, bugger it, I'm going to spend the money and sort a few things out. So let's have a look at what we've bought. In these two boxes here, they are two brand new quarter window vent assemblies. Now look, they are XY ones, and to be honest, I don't give a shit, XY, XW, as long as they fit, because, you know, of this. You can just open it like that. There's no handle on this one, and the one on my side and the one on the driver's side, I mean, it's like millimeters from snapping off. So rather than get some second-hand ones, I thought, bugger it, just buy brand newies. He can just fit them straight in. Whilst we're looking at the doors, I'm also asking to get the regulators replaced on the windows, or at least repaired on windows, because you can currently do that. Not a great advertisement for the security of my car. If you can't do this and then reach around like that, you could just push the window down. Toot sweet. Moving along, on the doors, still on the doors, I've also got new weather strips in here. So both the fluffy ones on the inside and the rubber ones on the outside for both front and rear doors. I've also got new Bailey channels as well, because, I mean, these are looking, I mean, you can't really see it, but they're all white. These ones aren't, no, look, they're just crap. So just get new ones. So the doors are going to look nice and fresh, and the windows are going to be nice and sealed up. I've also got fresh rubbers for the rear quarters as well in there, and they're going to look nice and sweet too. So I'm really looking forward to having nice fresh doors. I've also got a mirror for here. Now it's the same mirror as that I've got over there. It's an XY GT teardrop, not an XW GT mirror, because I priced those XW GT mirrors up. They're like bloody $600 or something. I mean, it's just a mirror. I've already got an XY one. I'll just match it. Again, I'm not super precious with this car. If it's going to have XY bits on it, I don't care. As long as it does the job, it is functional and looks tidy, I am fine. So in this box, there's your Bailey channels. 1, 2, 3, and there's a fourth one somewhere. There's the mirror all wrapped up. And there's my weather strips for the front and rear doors. I'm just going to leave that packed. I'm not going to pull them out and show you, because then I'll have to repack it again. You can see when it's done. There's my regulator repair kits. I've had them for a long time as well and just never got around to doing them, so he can do that for me. Oh yeah. How good's this? I bought this Ford badge bloody ages ago. This car does not have a Ford badge on it. Now look, I'm not what you'd call like a through and through Ford man. I don't care. Like someone sees an AU and I go, whoa, wow, AU TE50. Like, that's cool, but I don't bloody froth over it like some other Ford enthusiasts. I mean, I've got a German car there. My last modern car was a VE Calais, so I like cars, but I'm not super Ford. But I do hate the fact that my Ford doesn't have a Ford badge. So I'm getting the Ford badge properly put on my bonnet. And it's going to look fresh too because it's getting painted. All these stone chips and shit are going to be taken care of, which is amazing. I've also got these bits, which because this is a Fairmont, these B-pillars should have chrome here. So I bought the chrome because the car's going to get a full polish once this is all done. I thought that's going to look a bit shit, but yeah, chrome on the B-pillars. Who would have thought? Now there's one more cosmetic change that I'm going to get done, but I'll save that to last. But I'll just walk around some of the things that are going to get tidied up whilst it's there. These, what do you call these? These sill things. I mean, they're just not straight on the guards. I mean, this one's not too bad, but this one's here is horrific. So I think he's going to adjust the guards so it comes in a little bit more. So there's just that, you know, it just looks better. Remember where I fucked up my scuttle panel because I didn't know the strength of the new wiper springs? I mean, the scars are still there under there. He's going to paint that as well whilst he paints the top of the guards and the bonnet for me. I've asked him to tidy up the, what do you call that, the drip channel? What do you call that thing? Drip rails? They just look a little bit tired. Can you see that? Doesn't come through great on film, but it just doesn't look great. And I've asked him to sort of fix up both sides of them. Coming around the back of the car, it doesn't appear to be paint underneath here. It's just sort of left bare. And like, I've never noticed it, but because I did that job on the old man's car and gave it a wash and then saw that this was paint under here, I was like, oh, no wonder it looked so complete from behind. I thought something just looks wrong. And then, yeah, someone pointed that out. And then my old man pointed out that the bumper's crooked on mine too. So one side is lower than the other. So it's kind of like that or like that. So he's going to do that paint under there and then fix the alignment on my bumper. Remember the little whoopsie over here on my guard? He's going to fix it up for me too. So he's going to sort of do a patch there for us. And maybe I'll get him to roll that guard too because it's pretty close to the wheel. If I go any larger, it's going to rub. Can you roll that guard for me as well whilst you're there? So he's going to do a couple of jobs inside the doors for me as well. Do you see here? Like, it just looks like it's been brushed black. It looks shit house. So I'm going to get him to repaint the door frames for me as well, nice and black, just so it cleans them up a little bit. And talking about cleaning things up a little bit, if you look here, underneath my door trim, it's all white. It's a white door, but you can see it. So combine that with the brushed on bloody black paint here and that white strip and the lack of any sort of weather sealing, it just looks a little bit ratty. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the car looks when all these little bits of detail are just addressed. And I really think it'll elevate the car from being like a okay car to, oh, that's pretty nice. And it'll feel a little bit more complete. That's the goal anyway. There's also a bit of paint that's flicked off on my rocker panel here on the passenger side. So I've asked him to either repaint them or just patch this bit up here. I'm going to leave them black. I know for a Fairmont, they're supposed to be body coloured, but I kind of like it black. Like, again, I'm not super, what's the word? I'm not super anal about it being factory complete or factory spec or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's got 17-inch wheels and a Cleveland and it's on its ass with a sound system and whatnot. As long as it looks good and clean and tasteful, I'm actually all about tasteful. That's the goal. So rather than make that green, I'll keep it black. I reckon it looks pretty good. The last cosmetic thing that's being done to the car whilst it's away is it's getting a pair of GS stripes back on. And I don't feel bad now because it's got a GS dash. I can put GS stripes on and it will feel more GS-y, if that makes sense. And although the car had gold stripes at one point in its life, and I've done a couple of polls on Instagram and everyone's either said gold, silver or orange, people have actually sent me photos of what the car would look like with an orange stripe, and take it or leave it, it looks alright, but I don't know if I could look at it every day with an orange stripe. I just think there's too much going on, especially with the grey wheels, the black sill. So I'm going for a black GS stripe. And I reckon that's going to look pretty tough with a black stripe. And if it's no good, I'll just take it off. I mean, what are they? They're $100. Compared to all the other stuff I've spent, it's a fucking drop in the ocean. And also compared to what next year's costing us with our bloody trip away. Holy shit. What's another $100? So I'm pretty excited, and this gives me something to look forward to when I get home next year, that I'm going to get a nice fresh XW Fairmont parked in my garage with all these little annoying things addressed, which is going to cost me, but it's okay. Someone else is going to do it, which means there's no pain and suffering for me. I mean, there's no entertainment for you, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, guys. Okay, so now that you know the backstory, and also if you haven't seen my update video, we did early in this year, so we didn't spend 12 months away. We had to come back early, but we are going to head back again later this year to finish off my long service leave. You right, buddy? You trying to get up that hill? Use your power. Power! Power! Anyway, have a look at the car. Oh, yes. It's looking good. I mean, it looks clean. I've done a wax on it, or a tech wax, that Maguire stuff, so it's a little bit shiny. And you'll notice I've put the 12 slots back on. I put them on so Rowdy could get in and spray the guards or whatnot. And I'm actually starting to fall back in love with having the 12 slots on. Jeez. Easy turbo. Let's show you some of the things that I like about this car as it sits at the moment. First, obviously, the black stripe. I reckon I nailed it with the black stripe, folks. It has given it, I don't know, it just looks good. It looks good. And a few of the mates have said, yeah, weren't sure about the black, but yeah, I reckon black looks sick, mate. It looks good. Something that he did that I didn't expect him to do. Hey, Ford badges on. Ford badges, hang on, sorry. Ford badges on. I just got to get the bloody pins in the back to secure those a bit more firmly. But Ford badges on. The bonnet, he's aligned it for me. This used to be raised at the back, and it was one of the first things I noticed that, hey, you've actually panel aligned the bonnet for me. So that just looks tidy now. It doesn't look half-assed. Drip rolls look good, nice and clean. When you actually look at, oh, hang on, passenger mirror. This is so handy to have a passenger mirror. And yes, it's an XY one, as I explained before. Couldn't care less. This has got XY mirrors, it's got an XY GS dash. It's probably got some other XY bits in it, but I don't care. It's functional, and it's fine. It's fine. I forgot about these chrome bits too. I mean, just it Fairmonts the car up a little bit. These windows, oh, the fact that no one can break in now is such a plus. Look, ready? Oh, look at that. Ah, magnificent. He did not replace my winders, but he repaired the ones that were in there, and I'm not going to tempt fate here, but these windows are now proper. You can't steal it. Don't steal it. Don't come and steal my car. You do that, I'll find you and sort you out. Look at the door frames. Just complete. Black and nice, fresh Bailey channels and weather strips and things. And if you look from outside the car now, it doesn't look rooted. I get it's a little bit dusty because it's been sitting here for a bit, and I've got to probably give it a wash. But it doesn't look slapped together anymore. And that's I think the thing I'm liking most about it now is it just feels so much more complete. He did paint under the rear bar for me. Now he did say that my bumper bar might actually be crooked because he couldn't get it aligned, so it's still a bit dropped on that side compared to that side. Now that I've shown you, you will always see it, and I'm always going to see it, but at least now when you're staring from the back, it doesn't look shit because there's no like primer visible underneath the bar. It's actually nice lime frost green paint.
I'm copying you.
You're copying me? You've been busting my chops to come and make a video. Now you're busting my chops whilst I make the video. Hey? Do you like the green car now? Do you like the stripe? Hey, come back here. Anyway, back here. Basically, the whole top of the bonnet and guards is painted as well, so that all looks super fresh. And yeah, my whoopsie's gone. My whoopsie there. What it has done, getting the car freshened up like this, and elevated the majority of it. It's actually showing me the bits that are crap. So all of a sudden, you know, my 12 slots that are starting to look a bit ratty with the caps and some wear around here. These sill molds are now the crappiest bit of outside chrome on the car, and they're actually both left-hand molds. So this one works fine here. You can see the kink going out of the guard there. Rowdy said, yeah, they're both left-hand ones, mate. When you pull them off, you got to be confused, because on this side, the kink's at the back of the car. So I'll be getting them replaced at some point also. I almost now want to get new C-pillar badges. These are just looking a little bit worn out and tired. My front Fairmont badges look at a bit on the nose as well. I really don't like these lights. I might even just ditch them altogether. They're not original. They're just cheapo ones that whoever put them in before me just whacked them on. I do want to get those banging headlights in here as well to upgrade my night lights. And I'm actually thinking I might even throw some 5-slotters on this. Now, I do like the 12 slots, don't get me wrong, but I've been looking at like tyre options and they're so limited for 14-inch wheels these days. And I think you can get 15-inch 5 slots, which just opens up so many more tyres that you can put on. So these are, I don't want to know how old these tyres are. They're okay to drive, but I would not drive this thing in the wet with these 14s. But yeah, I'm starting to like and getting used to having the small wheels back on, especially with how low it is. I forgot how low this bloody thing is. Like, I was starting to think the old man's GT was sitting okay because there was nothing in the shed to compare it to. But then you look over here, you go, holy shit, that thing's on its ass. It probably does need to come up an inch at the back and maybe an inch and a little bit at the front, just for some ride quality more than anything. And the fact that my primaries are pretty low underneath the guts of the car. I don't know if you can see this, but even under the guards are starting to annoy me because the rest of the car looks fresh. But when I stand back here, I can see underneath the guards and they just look like they need a bit of a freshen up, especially because my rocker panels are now nice and fresh, matte black. Don't those bloody sill things look fugly now compared to the rest of the car, and especially compared to the GT's ones, which is super shiny and immaculate. Overall, I'm absolutely wrapped with how this has come together. Rowdy, who worked on the car at Indy Customs in Tomo, absolutely nailed the brief in that, look, this is never going to be a show car, it's a driver, and he's basically, within my budget, tidied this up absolutely beautifully. There's still some imperfections here and there over the body, but I mean, I know where they are because I've lived with this car for nearly 12, 13 years now, but it's now much more good from far, not too bad from up close, rather than good from far, far from good, put it that way. What's next? Well, we're about to go away again over this winter, so there's still some things that I'd like to get to, and I probably will start accumulating whilst I'm away. Some new bits of chrome trim, badges, and things in the interior as well that I really like to address. I still haven't put the AFR gauge on to sort my carby out once and for all. It drives, it's fine, it's not a big priority for me at the moment. It desperately needs to see an auto elec. When I was mucking around the other day, I touched the coil, the negative part of the coil, and I got shocked. And apparently that's no good. So I'd love to get it in to see an auto elec, and for next summer, because you can see here, this is where the Merc used to live, there is no more AMG in this garage, which means I am now the owner of much more disposable income because that car knew how to dispose of all income. I'd love to get air conditioning in this thing so we can have a cool, reliable cruiser for next summer. That is my goal. And although it will have the same amount of power, the fact that we'll be able to be out in summer in comfort, I think would be a win, and probably alleviate me looking for something new and modern and fastish and cool and fun to spend money on if I can get more value out of driving this thing more. So that's where we're at, folks. So what did you think? You reckon it looks all right? Do you reckon I should go 5 slots or keep them as 12s? If you've got 12 slots and have like modern tyres, let me know what they are. Otherwise, if you're running 15-inch 5 slots, let me know if they're any good. And if there's any other tips or anything like that you can give me on what I should do next with this thing, leave us in the comments. And say good day too, and give us a thumbs up, and all that sort of stuff. because I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya in the next one.